take you from white belt to yellow belt to green belt. In white belt, it is divided into a few chapters. In yellow belt, it's divided into a few chapters. And green belt, it's divided into a few chapters. I'm going to cover up to chapter 24, okay? And like each of these chapters, what is Six Sigma history and application. And today we are going to dive deep into the other process improvement and quality methods, where we are going to talk about formal quality process improvements, when to choose Six Sigma, and informal lean process management, total quality management, business process engineering, etc., etc. It's going to be very interesting and very deep knowledge inside. Okay. So how many of you are excited to learn? Type ETL in the chat box. So let's get refreshed, recharged on this eve of Christmas and New Year, and put a lot of our energy into and attention into this session today. Okay? Great. Thank you very much. So I will share, for those who come to my upcoming session, you will also find how to access all my videos, what I have recorded. Okay? All right. So let me jump into the session today. All right. So in the unit 1, where we started with the introduction of Lean Six Sigma, in chapter 2, we went into history and applications of Six Sigma. Now, in the last session, I have covered this continued growth of Six Sigma. There are only 4-5 slides here. I will just rush through it. For those who have attended last session, I need your permission to refresh 4 or 5 slides so that there will be a nice continuity. Please type PG in the chat box for permission granted.
PG like do man. PG permission.
Okay, thank you very much for your permission. And this is a little bit of theoretical stuff, but then it's interesting to know how Six Sigma grew over a period of time. Okay, GE and Motorola, these are the pioneers in Six Sigma, and other companies quickly adopted it. How many of you are having notes today? Just type notes in the chat box. I want you to take even this history, growth, everything about, because if you want it in the long term to become coach, consultant, experts, everything, then you have to actually have a lot of notes, okay? So that you can become a trainer, coach, consultant. So a lot of companies, apart from Motorola and GE, a lot of companies joined the bandwagon, such as Allied Signals, Sony, Accenture, Samsung, Motorola, Microsoft, Wipro, all that. In fact, Wipro has a division where it consults people on Lean and Six Sigma. Okay, so many countries quickly adopted it. So generally in a hurry to use this method, the way that it is implemented is poor. How many of you can relate to what I'm saying? Just like ICR, I can relate to the chat box. If you have an experience in Six Sigma implementation, the way that people implement in the hurry, okay, so it's not executed well, it's not implemented well. Okay, I see a lot of people who can relate to what I'm saying, which means that a lot of experienced people are here today, and many people have a very poor understanding of the statistical process control before they make the changes. How many of you agree with me? They don't have full understanding of the statistical process control. Okay. Super. So, even though Six Sigma has helped the company save a lot of money, some had bad experience with Six Sigma as well. Let me confess that frankly here. Okay, this bad experience, it has created a misunderstanding, okay, and false ideas about Six Sigma. Okay, for example, even Motorola, which is supposed to be a Six Sigma company, did not execute the strategy well, and hence, see, it is not enough if you have a great quality product when you don't have the right strategy on what product you should be in. How many of you agree with me? You can produce a great product with Six Sigma quality, and the product might be outdated. Okay, you cannot produce cassette tapes anymore. You cannot produce CD discs anymore. You cannot produce floppy disk anymore. It will flop. So now I'll share some myths about Six Sigma. Six Sigma is solely concerned with metrics and ignore common sense. That's a big myth. That's not true. Okay, Six Sigma is just not about numbers. It's actually with a lot of common sense ideas through brainstorming. Okay, how many of you have done brainstorming in your companies? Just type done in the chat box if you have done brainstorming. How many of you have gone through this experience of brainstorming? So Six Sigma, when several causes are there and causes are unknown, when the causes are unknown, it starts with brainstorming, okay, where you collect a lot of ideas, because cross-functional team and subject matter experts are very, very important. All of you type SME and CFT. SME means subject matter expert. SME means subject matter expert. CFT means cross-functional team. So cross-functional team and subject matter experts are also very important. Okay. Now, Six Sigma starts with these subject matter experts and cross-functional teams, ideas, experience, everything. But it validates all that through the process of statistical analysis by collecting data. Okay, so it checks the ideas with the data to make sure that they are right, and some people mistakenly thinks and ignores common sense, because managers who used to make decisions without being questioned face scrutiny in Six Sigma setting. Now, how many of you experience this? And you can type ICR that somebody drives. Have you heard about this dialogue saying that your age is my experience? Okay, how many of you can relate to this dialogue? Type ICR in the chat box. Your age is my experience. I have enough gray hairs to exactly tell you what you should do. Experience is good. I'm not saying experience is bad, but when experience has to be backed with the data, and data should prove your experience. And so people, managers feel uncomfortable with Six Sigma, because if you're proved wrong, then they feel ashamed, right? All right, great. I believe I saw a lot of experience there. So sometimes data is also misused to support some conclusions against common sense. Okay, so when conclusions are wrong statistical analysis is done, and when data collection is not right, finally people will blame Six Sigma for it. Okay, even in computers we say garbage in, fill in the blanks. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay, same thing with Six Sigma also. Okay, same thing with Six Sigma also. When you don't have right data and the right analysis, you will enter. And some people think it's Six Sigma is too expensive. Initially, it might be costly, because that is. See, when you go to Harvard, when you go to MIT, you need to spend for education, right? But then that knowledge will help you save a lot of money. Okay? So, but then you have to take it, you have to strike a balance when you are implementing Six Sigma. Quality is not expensive. Okay? It looks expensive because you spend the time in learning first. Both time and money is being spent, but then that eventually, it's like nurturing the roots to give the fruits. Nurturing the roots. Okay? All of you, please write in your notebook. Nurturing the root, which will eventually give better fruits, and lot of fruits. How many of you agree with me? Just type agree in the chat box. Let's go to the next myth. Six Sigma can fix anything is a myth. Okay? Six Sigma cannot fix anything, everything. It's a problem-solving approach, okay? And some people blindly support it, thinking it can solve an issue. It is not so, and it's not always for people related. For example, Six Sigma cannot create a work culture. Okay, suppose if the culture is very bad, using statistical process control cannot improve the culture. Okay, it is only thing if human beings feel that they are right, they can back it up with data. Six Sigma will help in that data analysis. Okay, that's what I wanted to say here. I'm not reading all these statements. Okay, so if somebody has a thought and if you collect data and data proves it, it improves the morale of the person. Okay, now applying Six Sigma knowledge. Okay, now I'm going to cover step by step the different levels of Six Sigma. Okay, how many of you are ready now? Just type ready in the chat box. I'm going to go slowly and steadily from here. I'm going to go slowly and steadily from here. So far, if you found it useful, interesting, valuable, fantastic, awesome, whatever that you felt, please put in the chat box. I will draw inspiration from whatever that you put and go deeper into the subject today. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. I truly appreciate that. Okay. Okay, applying Lean Six Sigma knowledge, let me go into the depth of it. Six Sigma is applied via controlled project and selection process. When leaders find issues, they usually ask expert to figure it out if fixing them is worth or not. You know, that's what generally leaders do. How many of you agree with this? Just type agree in the chat box. For those who are here for the first time, you will notice that I engage people in a lot of that because that's my style of communication. Because what I feel is when I can't see you, I can't hear you. By just seeing the chat box, I feel I'm with you. Great. Okay. Thank you very much for that engagement. And sometimes I feel lost that I don't feel that I'm in front of camera. So many times, like I feel I'm with at present around 800 people. Okay. Now, when leaders are looking forward for expert opinions to fix the problems, but if you use Six Sigma teams can actually help you measure the extent of the problem and how to fix it and how much would be the cost to fix it, okay? And they can also prioritize the problems, because if you have the strategic objectives of the organization, the Six Sigma team will help you prioritize the problems to take which problems to take first, which projects to take first. Okay. Teams then work on important problems. The Six Sigma teams will work on important problem and check the progress and learn. So in this training, we will learn about how the teams find and fix problems using Six Sigma. Okay, let's go a little deeper. I'll tell you the architecture. The levels of certification. Okay, a common sense question. What are the levels of certification that you know in Six Sigma? Please share in the chat box. Let me see. I'll start with whatever that you know. What are the levels of certification? Okay, you have black belt, white belt, yellow belt.
No more white belt.
Great. So I'll go deeper into each and every one of that. Okay. Super. So possessing a Six Sigma certification proves that an individual has demonstrated
प्याज तुमने
the
बहुत कम
practical
काटी।
applications
और
and knowledge of
हाँ
Six Sigma.
प्याज काट दो।
How many of you want Lean Six Sigma certification? Type LSC in the chat box if you want Lean Sigma certification. Okay, a lot of you want Lean Sigma certification. Great. So if you want certification, I'll just come to my upcoming session, register. Don't miss that webinar. It's there tomorrow 8 p.m. and same time. Tomorrow same time we will meet and I'll explain details. So levels of certification. Now let's go slowly and steadily. So the Six Sigma certification levels actually show that a person knows and can use these tools and techniques of Six Sigma. Okay. You can get certified online or in person. Okay. I also train a lot of companies worldwide. And different organizations adopt different ways to give certification. And it is always best to align to some international body and body of knowledge. And what I'm going to share when you stay till the end is this body of knowledge study guide. I will also share the presentations I've made with this study guide as reference. I've covered each and every page on this study guide in the form of a presentation. Okay, so this is one of the most, once you cover all the 15 modules, you will have more than 1,500 slides, okay, of presentations. That's the amount of knowledge that you will have. Okay, how many of you feel excited? Type XITED in the chat box if you are excited.
थोड़ा सा चावल और खाओ।
Good.
हमने खाली 4 था।
Super. And that's why, if you want all these presentations, come to my upcoming session. I will share whatever that I have. I have hundreds of books and I share very liberally all the contents, case studies, because it is, we have not, innovated anything. It's all belongs to others. I've just curated everything and put it in the form of something which you can get value out of. Okay, so there are different levels of certification and they are called by the color of the belt that you have. Dr. Michael Harry did this fantastic job of this, creating these belts and a structure to it. Okay, first is white belt. White belt is introductory level of knowledge. All of you type IL in the chat box. White belt is introductory level,
ले आओ।
which just gives you some introductory level of knowledge.
क्या
Okay?
बाहर का गंदा है।
Then comes yellow belt. Okay, so they can participate as a project team member and reviews process improvements. Okay, so yellow belt has got good understanding of DMAT methodology. That
मैंने इसलिए आपसे बोला था कि 2 रहते हैं लस्सी, क्योंकि इसकी लस्सी मिलती नहीं है।
project team member.
आप कह रहे थे
They can
आप
also
एक बार में एक ही
participate in
पीस
the
आते
reviews
हैं
also.
मतलब।
Then what we will go up to is green belt level. So we will take you, now we will give you this introductory level of knowledge. We will also give you that knowledge so that you can participate as a project team member and you can participate in all the reviews of process improvements and you can go to the level of leading some projects. Okay, you can assist in data collection and analysis for black belts. You can help black belts analyze things. Okay, so I'll take you to this level, and once you come to the inner circle of green belt, I'll take you to black belt also. Black belt actually leads problem solving projects.
नाना स्ट्रॉबेरी
Leads
लस्सी
problem
बताइए
solving
क्या होती है
projects,
स्ट्रॉबेरी?
trains and coaches project teams, and also you can go up to the level of master black belt. I'm actually the international master coach, international master black belt that I have, and I actually train master black belts and I actually mentor. I have mentored over 200 projects till now. Okay, I was fortunate enough to be across industries and mentor a lot of projects. So you can train coaches. How many of you want to become trainer, coaches, consultants? Type TCC, trainer, coaches, consultant. Tanvi Singh, Ruchi. Okay, you want to become trainer, coaches, and consultants. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you very much. So you can go up to the master black belt level. Now let me go a little bit deeper on each of these belts. White belt and what do they signify? So as I told you, white belt is the basic sigma, but they are not a part of improvement teams, okay? They don't participate in it. So this training is good just to give their non-specialist staff and just give an overview of the methodology.
यार उनको 5 बजे बोला ना.
It also helps them understand and appreciate what these guys are doing, okay?
बार-बार उनका टाइम क्यों चेंज करते?
Sometimes it can also
आप फोन कर रही तो बुला लो.
they'll find it easy
बट
when
उनको बोल
you
दे
go
कि
to the
दीदी
next
आपने
step.
बार-बार टाइम चेंज नहीं, एक टाइम है क्योंकि
So,
कल तो
white
मेरे को
belt
भी
training is
दिक्कत
very
होगी.
basic and not
अकेले रहना 5 बजे का टाइम है, 5 बजे रखो उनको.
white belt as a true certification.
5 बजे बोला कर यार, चाहे सैटरडे हो चाहे संडे हो चाहे कोई दिन.
Okay, next is yellow belt. So if white belt is clear, type SC super clear in the chat box.
कॉल करके बोलना दीदी 5 बजे का टाइम दिया, 5 बजे आओ.
Great. Let me go to the yellow belt now.
वरना आ जाना है तो आ जाइए, लेकिन 5 बजे का ही टाइम है आपको.
Let me go to the yellow belt now. So yellow belt is a step above the white belt.
आज न्यू ईयर है तो आ जाओ, वरना
It is a step above
बट
the white belt. It is still considered basic introduction to the concept of sexing. Yellow belt is also not very advanced. Okay? It's also still most of the people consider. But then the DMAC methodology is something that they will get familiar in the yellow belt. All of you type DMAIC in the chat box, and those of you who are new to this methodology, you write in your notes D as in define, M as in measure, A as in analyze, I as in improve, and C as in control. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. I'll repeat: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Okay? DMAC methodology. Great, fantastic. Sanjay Sonkar, thank you very much for putting that. Great. I really appreciate it, Sanjay. So concept included in the yellow belt training generally is different roles of Six Sigma,
क्या?
team development and management, and some basic quality tools. What are the basic quality tools? You know, you have Pareto charts, run charts, cat diagram, histograms, and all that. And then they will also learn about the metrics in Six Sigma, the common metrics that we use, how to collect data, data collection plan, okay, and something called as an MSA, measurement system analysis. Okay, that's also something that they'll learn, and root cause analysis, and just an introduction to what is called as hypothesis testing. Okay, not the advanced stage, but an introduction to hypothesis testing. If yellow belt is clear on a scale of 1 to 10, please give me a 9 or 10 if yellow belt, this thing is clear. Because people generally ask this question: what is white belt, what is yellow belt, can I directly go to green belt and all? You can come to green belt directly because I teach first white belt, yellow belt, and then take you green belt. We don't sort of overlap and take. I take you from white belt till green belt level. I can give you all the 3 belts also, certification also. Okay, but once you receive in karate, once you get a green belt, you don't need to wear a white belt and yellow belt. How many of you agree? Just type agree in the chat box. If you know karate. In karate, in kung fu, if you get into green belt, you don't need to wear the white belt and yellow belt. Okay? People ask me this question. Okay, I've done green belt. Will you also give me white belt and yellow belt certificate? It's not required. So, in Greenbelt, if you see, Greenbelt are certified individuals who work in Six Sigma teams and they work under the guidance of black belts or master black belts. Okay. And they can also lead small projects on their own. They have intermediate statistical analysis skills, okay, and can handle data analysis and concerns. They can assist the black belts in applying Six Sigma tools. This is very important. The green belts can assist black belts in applying Six Sigma tools. And they could generally be in middle managers, business analysts, project managers. They can be in any such role and often seen as worker bees of Six Sigma. They go around and do a lot of work on Six Sigma. Okay, if green belt is clear, just give me a 9 or 10 if it is super clear. Okay, great.
नाने लग गई अब खाना खा लिया तो
Okay, thank you very much.
चलो बढ़िया। दीदी आ रही है क्या?
नहीं 5:30
क्यों फोन कर रही थी?